What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing the top 5 keyboards featured on the Mechanical Keyboards subreddit this past week to see if we can find anything unique, interesting, or just plain cool from other users in the Reddit community. Make sure you watch until the end of the video to see which one came out on top this week. The first post this week comes from user Jai Hydro, and it's a Space 65 CV with GMK Mecha-01 keycaps on top. The Artisan keycap is an Ava Wave cap, and the switches inside are some Shogokai tactile switches. I love the shade of purple on this build, and it's awesome how well the colors match between the keycaps and the case. You can't go wrong with a 65% layout these days, and the color scheme of the keycaps is definitely unique. Great job! Second, we have a pretty cool board posted by user Hedgie. The board is called the Garbage Truck with GMK Toxic keycaps on top, and the artisans are the Night Shroom gaming set along with Jedi Blinker from Alpha keycaps. On the inside, our user went with KTT Kangbai switches and an FR4 plate. I'm super jealous. This board was created in a super small group buy of only about 30, and the person posting this was able to get their hands on one of these rare boards. There are so many smart features about it, like the clean number pad on the side and the titanium knob instead of a navigation cluster. This board got rid of a lot of buttons that people don't use very often and kept the bare minimum while also making room for other things like arrow keys as an added bonus. Thank you for sharing. Our third post this week is much less rare but still very nice, and it's an NK65 Frost build with JWK linear switches and some GMK Botanical clones on top. This was submitted by user Azim AK, and it reminds me of last week's video where I mentioned that GMK Botanical has to be one of the most commonly cloned sets out there right now. The frosted case is a nice touch that isn't obnoxious but still makes the board stand out from the desk mat. Overall, the board looks great, and they even have a wall to match their color scheme. Fourth is another board that we've seen before in one of these weekly videos, but it deserves more recognition just for being so dang unique. It's a Hyper 7 R3 with KAT Space Cadet keycaps on top, posted by user HighFly117. This thing is such a monster, and I can't imagine looping that many switches or even dealing with that many stabilizers. It would probably take me forever just to figure out a use for all those different keys on the board. Regardless, the color scheme is great and it looks good with the rest of the battle station that they're building. Great job on this build, and thanks for sharing it. And the last post of the week comes from user Dexter42AD, showing off the keyboard they make their students use when they don't follow rules in the computer lab. You all might have seen the monster before, and it's the Redragon K605 Alien keyboard. At first glance, it looks like a regular mechanical keyboard until you notice that the hands in the picture are a normal person's hands, and the board is absolutely huge. I bet this thing is painfully loud with some amazing clicky switches on the inside just to tie it all together. This is an awesome punishment, and I wish this thing was cheaper just to keep around as a joke. And there you have it. Those were the top 5 builds in the Reddit community for this past week. If you're interested in seeing any of the original posts that I featured today, definitely check out the description where I've linked the Reddit post shown in this week's video. This video is part of a series that I hope to post every week, so leave a comment if there's anything different you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next week with more great builds from the Reddit community.